Hey everyone, welcome to a new section, and in this one I'll be taking you through how you can restring your entire guitar. Now as you play your guitar, your strings get old, your strings get rusty, and eventually it will break off, or you can't even play it because it's so rusty it just hurts your hand. I thought of making a new section in which I teach how to actually change or restring your entire guitar, so that you don't have to go to your guitar store every time you have to change your strings. Like, why not become independent in changing guitar strings? So basically this is the section, and so yes, without further ado, let's get started. And as you can of course see there, I have actually put on the 6th string, and then I kind of remember that okay, I have to record and shoot a video regarding how to restring your guitar. So yes, here am I. So without further ado, let's start. And of course you can see there's a cloth right there. I'm taking you through all the tools you need. I have something called over there, it's called a plus, or it's kind of an anchor, which helps us to pull this bridge pins which are anchored on the strings. Then we have all of those strings over there, and yep, that's pretty much it. And if you can see those shiny little black things, these are the bridge pins. So yes, that's pretty much the tools you need, and a cloth, or maybe an anchor or a plus like that, a new set of strings, the bridge pins which you of course have on a guitar, and 2 hands, and that's basically it. So yes, without further wasting time, let's get started. Alright, so if you remember, the first thing to do is actually take your string. Now this is the 6th string, I've already put this on. So let me put the string I've already put on, and then we're gonna do the other 5 strings which are left to be done. Alright, so yes, let me do this very fast. Yep, so we are done with setting the 6th string, which I just did right now. As you can see, this is the bridge pins, and these are all the other bridge pins I have right here, 1 2 3 4 5, and this is the 6th one. All right, so we finished putting the 6th string. Now let's move on to the 5th. And maybe you have known what to do with this cloth. You just rub your entire body of the guitar, like basically clean your entire lady or baby, whatever you want to call it, and make sure to also clean your frets before putting on strings really carefully, like this. So it becomes really clean of all the sweat and dirt which develops on your palms and fingers. All right, so that's basically the entire work of the entire cloth we have. All right, let's come on to the bridge section. And in the bridge section we have a lot of things to do. For example, this bridge pin needs to be set up in a correct way. So let me first take out this is the A or the 5th, as you can see it's written A or the 5th string. So if I take out the 5th string, here's our string. Now how do you open it? Make sure it doesn't snap inside your entire eye, because you will hurt yourself. Just make sure to put 2 hands like this, or maybe 1 finger, just roll it out, and eventually it will just open up like this, as you can see, right? This is how you open a string. Now this low end, you can see, now this thing over here actually goes inside this hole of the bridge pin, like see on the 5th position. All right, so this is the one that goes inside the bridge of the guitar, and after that the work of the pin goes. So let's see how to do this one. All right, so take your bridge pin right here. If you look at very closely, you'll see there's a small line that's going like this. It's kind of a concave thing. Let me zoom in my camera. Yes, see, every other piece is really good, but this one has kind of a way for the string to go. It kind of lays on this parallel part, as you can see there's just a way for the string. It's not really entirely circle or oval. There's a wound. So this part goes with the string inside. Let me actually do this and show it to you. All right, so we're zoomed in our bridge section, and as you can see now properly, I guess you can see that there's a path on the bridge pin for the string to go. So let's now just take our 5th string this time. Make sure it goes into the right hole here. If I have to zoom it up, it will go probably right here. This is the 5th hole. So 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, something of that sort. All right, make sure it goes into the right hole, otherwise it may cause some problems. So after you put this part on the 5th position over here, make sure to make it down as deep as you can, not very much. I'm like, something of this sort. And then the actual fun part is, take the array or the path side of the pin, face it towards the string, and of course make sure your string is aligned to the path made, or the carved out plastic made on the bridge pin, and just push it down firmly and tight like this, and then pull out the extra string, And there we go, there the fifth string is locked on the bridge. So now from the bridge perspective, this is what you gotta exactly do. There's nothing really complex over here. Take the very end of the string and just put it inside the respected hole in the bridge, and then just turn your entire bridge pin around to see where the path is for the string to be aligned to that. Press it down firmly and pull out the excess string, which is just put inside very, very deeply. All right, so let's put on all the strings and let's finish up the bridge work. So we have done the sixth, we've done the fifth, let's do the fourth. So here's our fourth string. Take your bridge pin, put it inside this hole this time, the fourth, put it deep inside. Yep, find your entire path over here, press it down on the string facing the path and press it down firmly, pull out the excess string. There we have it, we have our fourth string tightened up in the bridge area. Let's go to the third string this time. Again, here's our third string. Take this part of your string, put it inside the respected hole. This time it's the third string, G string, so it's the fourth from the top. Take your bridge pin, face the carved part inside the bridge pin towards the string, press it down, pull up the string tight and firm so that it doesn't get out. Beautiful. Let's move on to the second string. So here's our second string. Make sure to point this part of your string, put the string inside on the respected hole, put the bridge pin aligned to it, press it down, and then just pull it off like this, the excess string. And there you have it, your second string is tightened in the bridge area. Let's do the last, or indeed the first, or the high E string this time. So here's our first, or the high E string, and of course here's our last bridge pin. So once more, put this entire first string inside the last hole. There we go. Take your bridge pin, press it down firmly, hold it, pull off the excess string from the inside, and there we go. All of our 6 strings are laid off beautifully on the bridge area. So now, to clear off this entire mess and this irritating noise over here, let's zoom into the headstock and let's see what to do over there also. Alright, so we're zoomed in our headstock area. So now what exactly the headstock is. So as you can see, all of these towers over here, all of the other end of the string just go inside here, and then we just tighten up. But before we do so, I'm already sure that you know that how to tighten all of these, as I've shown you in the guitar tuning section, but in case you don't know, or if you forgot, what you can do is exactly divide your entire tuning pegs into 2 sections, 1 2 3 here and 1 2 3 over there. So these 3, now this is the E, A and the D string right here, these 3 move in an anti-clockwise direction, and then they get tight, or the tune goes up. Alright, and the similar opposite thing over there, it goes clockwise and not anti-clockwise, and that's how the other 3, or the G, B and the high E string over there, gets tightened. Alright, so anti-clockwise, clockwise, and that's it. So let's move on and tighten our strings. So here's our 5th string, this is the end. Take this end, and if I zoom in, you can probably see that there are some cuts over on this nut. You can probably see on your guitar as well. You see this one right here, this one right here. So all of the strings have different cuts aligned to them so that it goes into their respective places. All right, so now take the other end of your string, make sure to actually find and rotate the hole. You will see 2 holes right here on your neck. I'm just struggling to find out the hole. Make sure your strings are in align. So these 3 tuning pegs have strings which is like 1 2 and 3, so it goes like this, which you'll be seeing in a very short while. So yes, there I got the hole, put it inside this, pull it off, and here's an important tip, don't pull it very much inside, like all of your strings are flat like this. No, keep it a little bit outside so it doesn't create a random tension like that when you tighten it. After your string has got inside, hold on to just behind the nut position over here with a thumb and see the entire breadth over here. Now again, hold with your other hand, and now, as you know, anti-clockwise, tighten it up. Let's see what happens. And there we have our 5th string tightened up on the neck. Looks beautiful, but don't worry, all of this will be cut off, so we'll do that later on. Let's move on to our 3rd string, or the D string this time, which is over here. Let me take it out of the mess. So as you can see, the alignment of the strings over here, one is here, one is over here. So make sure it doesn't flap over on this side while you tighten them, and make sure to take care of the nut and the cutaways the strings are in. Alright, So here's our end of the third string. So here we have our third string tightened up. Again, make sure to put it on the right alley over here. Check the breadth over here. Don't put all of the strings over here. Hold it down with the thumb on the other hand. And again, as we are on the last string of the anti-clockwise section, move it up anti-clockwise and tighten it up. And if sometimes your bridge pin kind of gets out while you're tightening the strings, which kind of happens sometimes, no need to worry. Just hold down the bridge pin as I'm holding down. That's why I can't show you that angle. And just tighten it over here, and you will eventually get your tightened string. And yes, there we have our third string. Looks beautiful and gorgeous. Let's move on to our last 3 sets of strings, and also the strings which will be turned clockwise for it to be tightened up. Let's go. Alright, so here we take our third string. Now my guitar is at an angle right here so that it's easier for me to shoot, and of course easier for you to see. If you see, they're prominent over here, the cuts over here. Each string goes into the cut of the nuts. Alright, so again, make sure to place your G string, or the third string this time. Make sure to rotate this and find a hole. Now all of the strings over on this side will be on a different alignment, as you can see over here. So it's 1 2 3. It's kind of a 3 3 section. That's why I say to divide your entire tuning sections into 2 parts, so that it's easier for you to change and understand how alignment works. Okay, so make sure to find the hole, and here I go. Make sure to put it inside really well. Hold it on with your thumb over here, and again move clockwise this time, because this is our G string, right? And there we go. We have our third, or the G string, tightened up. Really beautiful. Let's move on to the second string. Here's our second string. Again, make sure to put it off over here, and make sure the alignment goes right. Alright, so let me find the hole again over here. Got it. Put it inside the string. Make sure to place your thumb over here, a certain amount of breadth, and hold it down, and then this time again clockwise. And there we have it. Our second string is tightened up. Look how beautiful that area looks. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. And yes, finally we arrive at our last, or indeed the first, or the high E string. Let's take this one. Again, come down to your particular nut, find your hole, find the appropriate place to put your string over here, and I think we got it. Yep, I put it inside. Make sure to put it on the right place in the nut. Hold it down over here. Again, clockwise, because you already know that. All right. Honestly, say me, how does that look? Doesn't that look fantastic? Now you may be wondering, okay, why do we have all of these right here? I get your complaint. Don't worry, I also cut them off, as you have seen in my lessons. I don't like really strings splurging out from the neck like some demons or stuff. So actually what we're going to do is actually again rub the entire guitar with that cloth. Make sure to keep it as clean as possible, because come on now, it's our baby, we have to keep it clean, right? Now the only thing left to do is cut off the strings and tune the guitar to our normal tuning, which is E, A, D, G, B, E. And that's pretty much it about changing guitar strings. It's really very easy. Just 2 things you need to do. Number 1, clean your guitar. After removing the old strings, clean the entire fretboard, clean the entire bridge, clean the entire body. Put on the strings. First work you need to do is on the bridge over there. You need to put on the pins, as I showed you very well. Take the other end of the string and come down to the headstock. Put your string in the right appropriate, again, position, the cut in the nut. Let's do a recap. E, A, D is anti-clockwise, you get tightened up, and G, B, E, it's clockwise. All right. So that's pretty much it. Now let's just tune it and let's see how it sounds with our new strings.